From Euronews to AFP Russian arrested for espionage. Russian security services said on Monday it had detained a Russian national who previously worked for US diplomacy in Russia, accusing it of passing information on the Ukraine war to Washington. In a statement, FSB claimed that Robert Chonov, a former employee US Consulate General in Vladivostok, has been collecting intelligence on conflict in Ukraine since September 2022. Problematic elements of Russia's partial mobilization and affect domestic protests. Russia's security services said he carried out these alleged activities for monetary compensation and at the request of the American embassy in Moscow. According to the FSB, Washington's whistleblower is charged with conspiracy with a foreign government, a crime punishable by 8 years in prison. Russia's Interfax news agency claimed that the FSB had released a video of the suspect confessing. Russian authorities have regularly arrested individuals accused working for Kiev or spying on behalf of Western governments, especially since the start the invasion Ukraine in February 2022. Kiev claims to have reclaimed the village on the southern front. Our forces are advancing southeast, Robotyne and south of Mala Tokmashka. He said the two settlements on the southern front. The enemy is inflicting great losses in these directions, but is trying to concentrate his forces so that they do not abandon their positions. On Eastern Front, Ukrainian troops also advanced south of Bakhmut, which was captured by Russians in May, regaining 1 square kilometer in last week of fighting, Deputy Minister said. In northeast, Ganna Maliar acknowledged very intense fighting in the Kupyansk region, where Russian military has claimed gains in recent weeks. The Ukrainian army has been leading a very difficult counteroffensive in the east and south since June. Russian troops spent the winter and spring fortifying their positions with hundreds of kilometers of trenches, anti-tank booby traps and minefields. Ukrainian soldier details Russia's frontline defense. A Ukrainian contingent, possibly operating in Robotyne, shared tactical information about Russia's defensive positions, according to USBASED Institute for War Studies. The soldier has uncovered a system of interconnected Russian trenches, bunkers and underground tunnels that allow Moscow to transport personnel, weapons and ammunition along front. The Ukrainian soldier said that anti-tank ditches and minefields ran along the areas in front of and between the interconnected defensive positions. Officials added that all of the unexcavated areas on the Russian front are densely filled with mines, while Moscow forces have narrow paths without mines to reach firing positions. The soldier did not say whether Ukrainian army had passed through the minefields, but said they must gradually clear areas of mines before advancing further. The ISW had previously claimed that areas close next series of Russian D.